Welcome to Solve It Like a Marketer and Marketing Terms A to Z. Today's letter is P for positioning. As always, please subscribe and hit that bell to be notified of new episodes every week. Don't go away. Now, positioning is actually quite a large category within the realm of marketing, and it can be looked at from several different angles. But let's start with the umbrella category of a positioning strategy. Now, this is a set of actions that are designed to improve the image and visibility of a brand, a company, or a product. Product managers should plan for how people in the market will think about their product and their brand, and it should be the first thing that pops into people's minds. For instance, if I say sports shoe, you might think of Nike. Now, businesses use marketing to communicate their market position to customers and influence their perception of the brand's product or services. It really is a big job. And if you aren't positioning yourself effectively, you will get lost in the clutter of messaging that consumers are bombarded with daily. You also have to be measuring yourself against your competitors at the same time. So when we look at product positioning, there are a few factors. Customer needs, how you can solve the customer's problem and fulfill their need. Price, positioning your brand or product at a competitive price. Quality, of course, you want to aim for high quality. Use and application, so associating your brand and product with a specific use. Competitors, positioning your brand as better than your competitors. Now, in terms of brand, we talk about three levels of positioning: comparative, differentiation, and segmentation. At comparative, this is when a company compares its product or service with alternatives that are available to the same demographic. Differentiation, this is when a company focuses on features that can't be copied by a competitor in order to literally differentiate themselves. And segmentation. So if a company is targeting more than one target audience, segmentation positioning allows the firm to address the specific need of each group. Now, when we think of a big name company that offers similar products, and we can compare, for instance, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Netflix, Apple TV, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, basically the same, but they have positioned themselves differently. Now, one thing I wanted to revisit is the positioning statement. Now, I've done a video, maybe even a couple of videos, can't remember, on how to create a positioning statement. Now, typically, you do a positioning statement for either an organization as its whole, as the whole organization, or you might do it for a specific product. Now, the beauty of a positioning statement, it's basically a formula, and what it does is it forces you to think about how you are unique within the marketplace. Remember that whatever company you run or organization you have, if you're in the non-for-profit realm, you're not unique. In nonprofit, there are so many nonprofits. Obviously, with brands, with products, there are always competitors out there. So you have to think long and hard about what differentiates you. What I find working with clients is a lot of times they know when we have that initial meeting, they know, you know what we do is different. We are unique. But then I ask them, okay, we'll put that into words. How are you unique? And they actually have trouble with that. They know it intellectually that they are unique in the marketplace, but they can't put it into words. So I can't emphasize enough that a good positioning statement will help you create that differentiation, create that uniqueness. Also, a lot of times what I find is that when we go through the process of creating a positioning statement, if they don't have a mission statement, a lot of this translates into the mission statement. Now, that's not always the case, but sometimes it is. So yeah, So that's the first thing I wanted to cover. Now, in terms of companies, I didn't want to really get into brands per se, but a couple of examples. So, for instance, if we take a shoe company, um, they might position themselves as a high-end shoe. They might position themselves as a high-end sports shoe. I mentioned Nike, for instance. Now, Nike is typically a little more expensive than what you might get if you're looking for more of a no-name brand. But with that positioning, you're getting Nike, you're getting a sports shoe. It doesn't have to be Nike, but if they're positioning themselves as higher end, in the higher end bracket, and quality, you're paying for extra quality. And this is opposed to maybe bargain basement. That's a different type of positioning altogether. Another example might be a fast food chain. So, of course, we've got multiple fast food chains out there. Of course, nowadays, a lot of companies and a lot of countries are on health food kicks, right? So they might, for instance, bring out a healthy burger option. So, for instance, a plant-based burger. So here they're positioning themselves. Here you can come in and you can get fast food, but it is a plant-based option. It's a healthier option. It's better for the environment. So again, they are slightly repositioning themselves for a specific target audience. Now, in this case, they might not be repositioning the entire brand because there's still a fast food chain, but they are repositioning one of its products to kind of catch or grab a specific demographic. And the last option I might say in terms of examples is, say, a car company. So cars come in all shapes and sizes. So they do have to think about, in terms of the car they're producing, what is the price point and who really are they trying to reach in terms of a demographic. So for instance, they might produce a car that is more for families. So maybe it's something that is four-door. It can fit comfortably a family of 4 or maybe a family of 5. Maybe this family likes to do outdoor activities. So does it have the capacity to, for instance, have, hiking equipment in there or tents, and sort of outdoorsy type stuff. So does it have that capacity? And maybe, if they're kind of an outdoorsy type family, maybe it does have a bit of a sporty edge to it. So they're going to position that particular product in that way to that target demographic. Now, if you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button and please share so that others can also enjoy my videos. If there's a marketing term you'd like me to cover, please mention it in the comments section below. You can also buy me a coffee for those long nights researching and writing these episodes. Please join me on Instagram and Facebook for extra content. Never miss an episode, and you can also connect with me on LinkedIn. I will see you weekly with a new video, so please stay tuned, and together, let's solve it like a marketer.